Hello there. Thank you for stopping by. April is here, no foolin'. To say I'm super stoked for this month's list is a gross understatement. 3, count them, 3 of my most anticipated shows in 2025 are dropping throughout April. I am happier than a toddler who discovered they're all alone in the candy store. The Aries month also rams in 4 additional shows, which looks spectacular. Cannot wait until each and every one of these 7 shows light up my TV screen. I am beyond excited, in case you couldn't tell by the total geek out just now. What are the shows, you ask? Let's find out, shall we?
Time? It's an illusion. There is no past, there is no present, there is no future. It's all happening right now.
A bit of magic starts off our countdown. Government Cheese from Apple TV. If you saw the trailer, you know this show is not going to be typical. It looks really fun, actually. Set in 1969, Government Cheese follows Hampton Chambers' return home from a stint in prison with big aspirations to market his new invention, a self-sharpening drill. His wife and 2 sons might not be so keen on his bit magician enterprise. As Hampton tries to get his invention off the ground, he runs afoul with the Prepost brothers, gangsters out to get their money back. Nice fellas, I'm sure. Though the premise might seem typical, Government Cheese looks firmly on an offbeat and surreal track in delivery. Look for the first 4-episode drop, April 16th on Apple TV+.
So what's your name?
Just the doctor.
All right then. I'm called the nurse.
Our 6th entry takes 3D to a terrifying new level. Doctor Who Season 2 on Disney+. I will admit, not all the episodes of this incarnation of Doctor Who's first season hit home for me. It had a bit of a honeymoon elation feel, which ran for too many episodes. IMHO. Don't get me wrong, there were some phenomenal episodes, like episode 4, the one where Ruby lived an entire alternate lifetime. Now, the 2nd season gives the vibe that the honeymoon is over, and wonder and adventure give way to the cold hard reality only a Time Lord can experience. To start off, he picks up a reluctant companion, who might be an ancestor of, or the same person featured in last season's episode 3, Boom. This season, she plays Belinda Chandra, and, unlike Ruby, wants nothing to do with timey-wimey adventures. Problem is, someone or something is blocking the Doctor from getting Belinda home. The TARDIS opens its doors again, April 12th, on Disney+.
A 1-900 number charging $10 a minute.
What do you expect? It's hell.
Coming to terms with maybe dying is her 5th pick, The Bondsman from Prime Video. This show comes off as Tremors meets Supernatural. Cuttin' Loose star Kevin Bacon plays Hub Hilarion, a bondsman who is murdered, then resurrected to hunt down demons who opted to vacate their premises in hell before their lease was up. He also reports to a pair of handlers who don't see eye to eye in their approach. With his 2nd lease on life, Hub takes advantage to right the wrongs he's done, which got his soul damned to begin with, starting with its family. The patterns all align as Prime Video drops the entire season on April 3rd. Proving what the polls are not capable of is our 4th pick, Eternaut on Netflix. This one looks really interesting. For starters, it is based on an Argentinian graphic novel by Hector Germain Esterheld and Francisco Solano Lopez, originally published in the late 1950s. It follows the events in which the poles fail, causing what appears to be snow falling at Buenos Aires. Thing is, it is not snow, nor is it fallout from a nuclear event. Actually, the survivors don't know exactly what it is. They only know in order to go outside, they have to suit up in gas masks and hazmat suits, because whatever the not snow is, it kills on touch. The survivors also learn something is not at all happy they survived. This unique take on the post-apocalyptic drama drops April 30th on Netflix.
We're just two lunatics going into Gilead on a wing and a prayer.
Raging its way into our third spot is Hulu's Handmaid's Tale, Season 6. This one is bittersweet. On one hand, I am super stoked we finally get the 6th season of Handmaid's Tale. On the other hand, it's the final season. At this point, it is inspired by the Handmaid's Tale book by Margaret Atwood. However, if memory serves me correctly, the book ended with Fred getting into the van way back near the end of the first season. Everything after is the show. Let me tell ya, it has been an intense journey for June, Janine, Emily, and even Serena, especially after the last season. Top shelf TV for shizzles. Events for this season have been kept close to chest. From what wee little the trailers revealed, June does make her way back into Gilead to stir up some deadly mischief. Looks like Serena gets hitched, likely to Commander Lawrence. It's all part of the plan. Aunt Lydia and Janine's bond grows, trying Lydia's loyalty to Gilead. Elizabeth Moss, who plays June, is interviewed saying it's not going to be a picture-perfect resolution for Gilead, but will wrap up June's story. We finally get to see what happens at the end of the train ride, April 8th, on Hulu.
It doesn't matter if you have a code like me.
The second pick this month has us wondering if we're going to survive the night. Last of Us, Season 2 from HBO. A big shout out to the show's creators. The full trailer for Last of Us Season 2 has generated 158 million views in the first 3 days. That count is up there with all-time top 20 views for major movies, just shy of The Lion King. Congrats! Looks like I'm not the only one who's excited for the show's return. And this season, looks like it's going to be mixing the amazing characterizations with the brutal reality of living in a cordyceps-infected world. There is a 5-year time jump from the first season's end, and we find Joel and Ellie still living in Jackson, which comes under threat at some point this season. We're also introduced to Abby, who's the daughter of one of the Fireflies at the end of last season, so we know her and Joel are going to have some conflict. I loved that the start of the show's trailer puts Abby in the same star we saw in the Last of Us Part 2 game trailer. So yes, they are still going to pull heavily from the game's lore, while brilliantly expanding upon it. The Infected come crashing against the fence, April 13th via HBO Max.
You're here, you're right here, and you're ready to fight!
Yeah, the revolution starts now with this month's top pick, Andor Season 2 from Disney+. To say I'm hyped for the second season of Andor is an understatement. It is not only my most anticipated show for April, but also my number one pick for my most anticipated shows in 2025. With good reason. Season 1 of Andor gave us 4 distinct, interconnected story arcs, which chronicled Cassian Andor's journey from a wayfaring scoundrel to the ranks of the fledgling rebellion. Season 2 promises more of the same, with 4 distinct story arcs, spanning the period of time between last season's end to where Star Wars Rogue One begins, which in turn leads to the exact point where the first Star Wars movie begins. This time, though, we're getting each 3-episode arc a week. Mic drop. Throughout this journey, we are going to, at long last, be introduced to K-2SO, the reprogrammed Imperial battle droid. Director Kenrick, Rogue One's antagonist, returns adding a whole new layer of danger for the budding rebellion. There are a lot of characters from Season 1 I look forward to seeing again, but top of that list is Luthen Rael, the mysterious badass who appears to be orchestrating the building blocks of the rebellion. His cool-leveled nature is only amplified by the deadly precision he takes when provoked. Andor Season 2 jumps into hyperdrive April 22nd on Disney+. And that's a wrap. Now you see, I was not leading y'all astray when I said we're getting spoiled with April show drops. Hope you discovered a show or two you weren't aware of. If I left out a show you're truly stoked to see this month, please leave it in the comments. Always on the hunt for great new shows. Subscribe to help me grow my rogue ship into a rebellion armada. Lighting up that like button is also much appreciated. Thanks again for stopping by. Cheers!